Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Faith in Isolation. Today, we're going to talk about anger and anger towards God, anger amongst each other, and how anger originated and rooted itself in our modern day society. To understand anger, we always have to go back to the origins of our civilization. And the origins are from the time of Jesus Christ. And at that time, if you've seen the movies, if you've read the Bible, you do see examples of how anger has been rooted from the time of Jesus. How, when you may ask, give us some examples. Examples of anger. Being against all that Jesus was trying to do. His teachings, some people got offended. They were angry. They asked for justice. And that's what led to the crucifixion and eventual resurrection of Jesus Christ. Anger against a belief, anger because things don't go your way. And so anger has been transplanted into our modern day society because it originated at the very beginning. Everything that we encounter in life, by the way, all has to do with how our society began. And as I've said before, the Bible is the handbook of life for us Greek Orthodox and Orthodox in general. Anger. And so today, anger. People are angry because of what's going on in the world. And blaming God. How could he let it happen? God didn't let it happen. God, as we've mentioned before, is a loving God. God is in a thinking stage right now. And he's not punishing us. We are punishing ourselves. We made a lead up to what we are experiencing today. God gave us the brain and consciousness and the ability to make righteous decisions. So God is not punishing us. He's just sitting back and he's observing and he's saying, I gave you all the world's freedoms and you mismanaged them. Exactly. I gave you all the world's freedoms and you mismanaged them. How did we mismanage it? Well, this virus originated where it did originate. We're not going to get into the specifics of it. Everybody knows where the virus originated, and then it spread. So that can be classified as mismanagement. Mismanagement of a situation that goes out of control and spreads. Secondly, again, God is saying, I gave you the ability to make conscientious decisions. And us as a society, we're thinking back in January when all this was going on and, the alerts were going around, virus is happening where it was happening. We didn't pay attention. We just said, you know what? Hey, it's January. I'm going to Cuba. It's spring break in March. I'm going to spring break. It's not going to affect me because I'm not over there. I'm over here. And so we went, and snowbirds, of all the people, the snowbirds took it less seriously than everybody else. And also the government of Canada made a very big mistake in saying, everybody come home now, come home. Whoa, stay where you are would have been a safer bet until this blows over. And now as we're reopening, they could have come back home. Instead, we saw people driving in because they couldn't get any flights. So they're driving from Florida, and they're going through checkpoints. It's like, hey, no problem. Hey, I'm going to go shopping because my fridge is empty for 6 months. And so no isolation, just, business as usual. And that's how it spread. Also at the airport, way back in March, February, end of February, instead of being all prepared and showing the severity of the situation, all the officials were doing at the airport was passing out pamphlets. Here, by the way, you're coming back. Yeah, there's this virus, so here's a pamphlet. Here's what you can do. Have a nice day, and welcome back to Canada. Again, another wrong. So God is sitting and saying, why did you make all these bad decisions, world? And so God is not to blame. God gave you the tools. God gave us the tools. And what we did, hey, I don't need this. Me, I got my own plan. Yeah, well, your own plan backfired. And so there. And so now that anger, now people are saying, whatever. No. God is not to blame. We are to blame. Secondly, we get into arguments. We misinterpret things. Again, that goes back all the way back to, when in Jesus' time, when people disagreed with his opinions and they were ranting and raving. So anger amongst each other is just that. So we misinterpret things. We don't sit down and look at things in a calm and collected manner. It's like everybody is in it for themselves. And that's another wrong which causes anger in our day-to-day. So in summary, don't blame God for your mismanagement of your life. And don't blame God, or don't blame each other if you're having a bad day. Sit and take stock of the situation, and you won't be angry. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed day. Faith in Isolation returns again next time.